Hi, welcome to Pacific Northwest Worm Farming. Today I'm going to be doing a lot of just checking, probably feeding. It's been about a week and a half now, almost 2 weeks since our last feeding. So everybody will get checked. But what I thought I would do is I had advertised in my Forest Service video about mites and my blue reclaim bin that got a nice little infestation of them. Well, I thought I'd just kind of go over what I did to take care of that. Now, seeing as how I saw the mites right away, and I saw that I had a good cluster outbreak of them, I was able to dose them with some diatominous earth. The one thing you want to make sure when you do this, one, make sure that it's food quality. You don't want to get something where they kind of add a lot of extras to it. You know, if it's not food grade, then it's not worth your time. We want to try and stay as close to, you know, good as we can. And so the good thing about this is it hurts other insects that may be causing us problems in our worm bin, but it doesn't hurt our worms. They can crawl through it. It will dry them out if they get stuck in it, but you know, you don't want your worms getting all up in your stuff. You want to kind of spray it, sprinkle it, you know, spray isn't a good word. Sprinkle, dust it. What I do is I kind of just get a good like little handful, you know, something like this, and I just shake it around the bin. You can see by my tub here, bring you in, do a little reversal. Okay, so back to this. You can see I have the stuff all over here where we had originally seen them. Now, there is a lot of diatominous earth all around. It'll bring you in. And there's nothing. No movement, no life. You can see over here, this is kind of one of those places where we had seen a whole bunch of them. And I just kind of dusted the sides really well because that's where they're hanging out, in the moisture pockets, you know, consuming bacteria and whatnot. And that's what it was. This was overly wet and I had put a little too much food in it. Now there's relatively no food. You can see the top here is kind of just barren. It's got a lot of sticks, a lot of stuff that's dried out, you know, not completely moisturized enough for these worms to get in and do something with. So they just kind of take what they want and get the other stuff. You can see if I go down here, move this pine cone and stuff, that we have get in here close, a decent start to some worm castings. Oh, I think, yeah, it does appear. See if I can circle that in the video, but it does appear that that is an egg right below my thumb. Sorry, I'm looking at this through the screen with you guys, so you're seeing what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing it first. See if I can get down here all the way to the bottom. So you can see these guys are really kind of mowing through. I've been using this reclaim bin to start some new tubs that we're going to be going into. I've already set aside the worms from it, so you notice that we're not seeing a lot of worms in here right now. That's mainly because they're actually all over here where I just put all that loose stuff, still munching on the nutrients. You can see I just uncovered a little pile of them, and they're definitely living up to their name. I uncover them and they are now wigglers. Let's see. Oh yeah. let these guys get back to work. You can see though, there's kind of a difference. It's harder to see from, I think, this perspective looking through the lens. But this area right here, where I pulled them from, is a slight shade darker because it's a little bit wetter. Yeah, you definitely can't see it through the camera lens, but you can definitely see how I kind of have white specks in it still. That's because they haven't been breaking all that dust down. But there's still a nice healthy colony of worms over here. See if I can get... Yeah, they're still here, doing their thing. You can see leftover residue, and it looks like what's left of some maybe dead bodies from those mites. A little beneficial buddy right there, as I like to call them. Yeah, I do get some flies in the bin. Okay, so I was able to feed the worms. I unfortunately pressed record, and for some reason my camera only recorded for 10 seconds and then shut off. So I was able to feed the worms. I got through everything, gave them a nice little covering. They have their setup, and then I put a cardboard layer on top. One thing that I wanted to mention was with the shredded cardboard, the way I do it, you want to be careful not to let big piles form in certain places, because it can make zones of no oxygen, and that will start forming bacteria, and dead zones are never good, especially for worms in general. They need oxygen to breathe just like us. They just do it differently. So they use a mucus that they secrete on their skin to breathe. That's why we want to make sure we keep our bins nice and moist. You can see mine is slightly damp in certain areas and drier in others. This area definitely still has dryness, but I only gave a little bit of a dousing to make sure we don't attract any more mites. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up for time lapse, and you'll be able to see how we handle the next few bins, especially the red wigglers that are going to be hopefully harvested here real soon and turned into some more tubs for reclaim and just producing more in general. Until then, I'll see you later and have a good day. Real quick video here. Got these guys just crawling all over the lid over here with the Louisiana swamp worms. But then I look back here, and what is that? Is that a seed growing straight out of worm poop? Nope, it's two of them. Yeah. Just a glorious Wednesday. Finding life growing where it shouldn't, in the deepest, darkest remains of people's garbage. Have a great Wednesday. Okay, now that we are almost fell over, get back down to it. See, we still got some little bitty leftovers, but they're harder to break down. Leftovers. It is slightly moist in here, so I want to make sure we get these guys. Everything they can get. Sorry about the hold up there. Just had a big truck go by. So we'll get the rest of the banana. More orange peel. And some carrot mash. My favorite thing, espresso. I'm going to dry that up a bit more. Since we're only going to feed this side, we're not even going to feed enough to fill them. We just want a kind of quick process of these guys. We don't want them working their life away. Let me adjust you back over here. Move this. A little bit better. Just there. Pellets in. Some fatteners. And bam. Notice how I'm not giving it a lot of water, just kind of a mist. Well, it's kind of on purpose. I don't want it super damp because these guys are already wet enough. And I like to challenge my worms, so this will soak up some of the water. me just enough time to fix our sifter. Allow you to get a much closer look because I set the camera off again. But I thought this would be a good view. You can see here some leftover that's over here, and these guys are just going crazy over me. So I thought this might be a good way to end the mother bin feedings for everybody. Just get them their fun in. Well, if I can get this thing going right. Well, there you have it. We fed our mother bins. Looks like probably got about 3 of them. These swamp worms, they're going ape right now. So we are definitely going to make sure we get this last feeding through them. Probably end of next week, we'll shoot a video where we just sift. Probably going to be an all-day process. Even once I get this motorized, I don't have a lot of space, so we're going to have a lot of worms going everywhere. But we'll get you guys out of here and have a great rest of your Wednesday.